Hi everybody, my name's David. I'm a Messianic Jew. I spent the first 16 years of my life in a conservative Jewish household, following all of the Jewish rules and going to synagogue every week and doing all of the holidays. At the age of 16, through various circumstances, my connection with the Jewish faith and the religion ended. And really my relationship with God ended at that time. And I went through a dark journey for about 14 years of drug and alcohol abuse and addiction. At 31 years old, my daughter Ari was born, and I got clean through a 12-step program in order to raise her. She became a Christian 6 years ago. She started coming to C3 maybe 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago. And I would come with her to C3. I felt it was very welcoming and very warm, and I would listen to the gospel, and I would connect what was being said with my experience in recovery and the spiritual relationship I had with God, and saw how it all merged together, and how the 12-step program I was in was a Christian-based program in its infancy, and how the messages kind of came through the same, and sort of all the pieces of the puzzle came through to me, except for the Jesus bit. I was struggling in navigating my relationship and my understanding of God that I had built over the 25 years in recovery with the pantheistic God that I was currently experiencing at that time, and trying to understand how Jesus fit into it. I couldn't see how he was the Son of God and he came to earth and became a man, and I didn't understand. Nobody had shared the gospel with me. And at that time, a friend of mine came and lived with me, and he could see that I was going through a very difficult, challenging spiritual time myself. At the right time, he shared the gospel and showed me the truth. It was impossible for me to deny. I had thought about wanting to put my hand up, to accept Jesus, to become saved, but I couldn't do it. Something was holding me back, and it was this feeling that I would be betraying my ancestry, my history, my Jewishness, 5,000 years of lineage. And I approached another organization, Jews for Jesus, and met with them, and he told me his story, and it all kind of made sense to me that I could be a Jew, I could have Jesus, I could be a Messianic Jew, I could become a child of God. I wouldn't be giving up on my ancestry, I wouldn't be betraying my family or my history. So I came up to Oxford Falls to come and see Pastor Al. And when it came time for everybody to close their eyes and put their hand up, I put my hand up and just said yes. And it was an amazing moment in my life. We talked about what's next, and joining the Foundations classes, what was next? I needed to do that so I could build a strong foundation. I was given Graham and Jane, Alex's parents, and it turned out to be a one-on-one course, which again, God-given. And each week I would come back with more questions, and they'd give me more answers, and that would give me more questions, and we'd have more answers. And just the whole process of going through the five different classes of Foundations gave me such a strong understanding of each of the areas about who is God, and my relationship with God, and God the Father and the Creator, and Jesus, and the Trinity and the Holy Spirit, and what is the church, and how do I build a personal relationship with God? How do I pray? All of these amazing things came out of doing the Foundations course, and I needed that because I had no knowledge. I was a baby just learning to crawl, and I needed all of the basic knowledge to get going in this new understanding, and this new, a new child of God. And how do I build this intimate, personal relationship with God? And I learned it all in Foundations. And so I just encourage anybody that's from a different faith, somebody that's new to the church, somebody that wants to start learning more about what Jesus and what God and Christianity is all about, and what Jesus and God stands for, and what Christians believe, and wants to start this new journey. The Foundations is a great place to do that. If you're new to the church, or you want to put your hand up, and you're thinking about putting your hand up, do the Foundations course. Learn more about Jesus and learn more about God and our relationship with God. And the Foundations course is a wonderful way to do it. Thank you.